Hey, welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Othello and we get to hear from Iago again in Act 3, Scene 3, because really that's all there is of the rest of this play is Act 3, Scene 3. No, I'm totally kidding. There are 5 acts. So, the things that are going on. Iago has been planting the idea in Othello's mind that Desdemona and Cassio have been sleeping together, but he's been very gaslighty about it to the point where right before he leaves, he's like, you know what? Don't even think about it. I mean, maybe watch and see if you see any weird behavior on the part of your wife. Like, notice how she acts around Cassio. But really, you don't even worry about it. There's nothing to worry about, nothing to think about. And then he leaves for a second. And we had a monologue from Othello yesterday where he is expressing how much he's believing Iago and that he doesn't want to believe Iago. He wants to believe that his wife is faithful, but the whole jealousy thing is really getting him. But then Desdemona walked in and she was like, and as soon as he sees her, he's like, no, that face could never cheat on me. I'm absolutely in love with her. And she sees him and she's like, are you okay? She comes in with Amelia, by the way. Amelia is Iago's wife. She's like, are you okay? And he's like, no, I just have a headache. And she pulls out a handkerchief and goes to like mop his brow. And he's like, no, it's too small, never mind. And he like pushes that away. She drops it and they leave. She doesn't drop it intentionally. She accidentally drops it as they're leaving. Amelia picks it up after the two of them have gone. She's like, hey, this is that handkerchief that Othello gave to Desdemona, like it was the first gift that he gave her while they were courting, and she keeps it with her all the time. But Iago has been asking me to try to steal it. So now, like, she just dropped it. I mean, maybe I should give it to Iago before I give it back to her. And then fortunately for Iago, he walks in right then and he sees her and she's like, I have a present for you. And he's like, what? And she's like, this handkerchief. He's like, which handkerchief? She's like, you know which handkerchief. And he's like, oh, how did you get it? Did you steal it? She's like, no, I didn't steal it. She just dropped it and I picked it up. Like, and you've always said that you wanted me to take it. So what are you going to do with it? And he says, be not ignorant on it. I have use for it. Go, leave me. I will, in Cassio's lodging, loose this napkin and let him find it. Trifles, light as air, are to the jealous confirmations strong as proofs of holy writ. This may do something. The more already changes with my poison. Dangerous conceits are in their natures poisons, which at the first are scarce found to distaste, but with a little act upon the blood, burn like the mines of sulfur. I did say so. Othello starts to come in. Look where he comes. Not poppy, nor mandragora, nor all the drowsy syrups of the world shall ever medicine thee to that sweet sleep which thou owedst yesterday. So, he doesn't want Amelia in on it, is what he starts out with. And then as soon as she leaves, he explains to the audience, because somebody has to explain to the audience, that he's going to put this handkerchief in Cassio's room to sort of set it up like she slept over at Cassio's place and left some of her stuff there, which is going to seal the deal in terms of making Othello jealous. He's like, I've already planted the jealousy thing in his brain, and it's starting to eat away at it. But this is going to be like, hand on the Bible, swear that they've been sleeping together sort of a thing. So he sees Othello coming back and he observes Othello and he's like, oh, he is deep in the throes of it right now. He has a lot of mental turmoil going on and Iago is loving this because it's exactly what he wanted to happen. And tomorrow we get to hear some of the stuff that's going on in Othello's brain right now because we're not done with this scene yet. A little more of this one before we can move on to other things. But yeah, so that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.